Hi everybody, welcome to Module 2. This week we're going to be focusing on illustrations and illustrators and picture books. You are in the right place because in this video we will be going over all of our assignments. As you recall from Module 1 and getting started, we can find all of our module readings here under Module Resources. So our main text open education resources will be here, Module 2 Reading, Illustration and Illustrators, and Module 2 Reading, Picture Books. You will use these two readings to complete your reading graphic organizers. In this module, I have additional resources, but some of these resources are supplementary and some are used for your assignments. So here, Picture Book Analysis Guide is directly related to your reading commentary. And at the bottom, we will be using Picture Book Terminology Guide, or PDF, to help us with our Flipgrid assignment. Okay, as you remember from our Module 1, we always have a reading graphic organizer due, or reading organizer due on Tuesday. You're going to be, of course, making a copy, and when you log in, you'll notice that these questions are familiar. Yes, they are the same questions every week, but they're related to a different a reading in the book. So same questions describe the concept or idea from the reading that reinforced or expanded something that you already knew from reading illustrations and illustrators. What do you think was the most important concept or idea shared in the text? Something different from number 1. And then finally, choose a try it, read it, or watch it extension included in the text. Identify what try it, read it, or watch it you chose. Do the suggested learning extension, and then describe the learning that you experienced from the extension. As a reminder, there's always a try it, read it, or watch it in the text, so make sure that you do answer this last question. Okay, that's pretty simple and straightforward. This will be the same for both reading organizers in our module. Always due on Tuesdays. Next, as we're kind of getting used to, on Thursday, week 1 of Module 2, you will have a reading commentary number 2, and our focus is going to be on Caldecott winners. As you remember from our first reading commentary, you need to have access to books. My preference is that you have access to the actual hard copy of the book. If you can get a hold of a library book or some sort of children's books, you need to go probably to the library specifically to find Caldecott winners. If you have a children's library at home, which I have plenty at my house, you might find that you have a few Caldecott winners in your library already. If you don't have access to the library or children's books, hard copies, as you know, you can search YouTube. You can also use the list of how to find books as in top of our course. I just request that you do not use Audible for this one because it's really important that we are analyzing the pictures because Caldecott is all about the illustrations. But you can use an e-reader like a Kindle, or if you need to use YouTube Read Aloud, that's fine. You'll just have to pause the read aloud and really analyze the illustration. You'll be finding 2 Caldecott winner books. You can find them on this Caldecott winner list. And you will be using the Picture Book Analysis Guide to help you in your reading. So here's the Picture Book Analysis Guide. You need to use this to reflect on each component within the reading. So in your initial post, you need to include the title and author. Remember, you're doing this for 2 books. You're going to discuss the overall picture book design, the paratextual elements, elements of design, narrative elements, and then you will give a personal critique of the book did you like the book? What did you like the most about the book? You know, anything. Sometimes these are very special books to us. Feel free to explain. And then, of course, attach an image of the book that you read. Remember, if you're using YouTube, you need to take a screenshot of your actual YouTube video that you were using, a picture of your Kindle or e-reader, or an actual picture of the book that you chose to read. As you read through our interpreting picture book guide, it will really help you understand what each of these elements are. Of course, you want to make sure that you respond to at least 2 classmates. Our initial post is always due Thursday, but then you have until Sunday to get back into the discussion and respond to 2 classmates by Sunday. So do make sure that you do that because you want to get all of your points for your reading commentary. Okay, as we jump back, this week we also have a poster. In this poster, you are going to be creating a poster based on one Children's Literature Award. In our reading commentary, we focused on Caldecott winners, but did you know there are a plethora of other children's book awards? Here is a link that will explain each of the individual children's book awards. You can then click on the individual award and get more information. Once you've done that, choose an award that you would like to focus on for your poster. You're going to complete a visually appealing handout or poster to share the information. My preference is that you use a digital poster. If you want to create a handwritten poster, take a picture of it. That's very clear and submit it, you may. But it's really easy to use PictoChart or Canva or Google Docs or Google Presentation or Drawings. So feel free. I'm a big fan of PictoChart because it is very user-friendly. Just make sure that you have the share settings set so that I can view it with the link. In your poster, you will include 10 facts with information about the award. You can find this on the resources provided. And then you're going to include 3 images of books that have received the awards. These are images of books that you can find online. These are digital images is fine. You do not have to have the book in hand or anything like that. Once you've completed your poster, you will submit and you will be done for week 1 of Module 2. Week 2 of Module 2, we're going deeper and we're going to be focusing more on picture books. Your reading organizer is exactly the same, but you will focus on the reading picture books. Submit that by Tuesday. Your next assignment is Thursday. Of course, you're in the groove now. You will be completing your 3rd reading commentary on New York's top 100 picture books. In this, you will choose 2 books from the New York top 100 picture book list. And you can see there are quite a few here. Choose 2 that interest you. Follow the same format of books as I said, a hard copy, a digital, or a YouTube read aloud. And in your response, you will include the title and the author. In the beginning, you will include 2 to 3 sentences that describe where and when the story takes place, who is in the story, and what the problem is. The middle, you're going to describe the middle of the story. In 3 to 4 sentences, you will describe who did what and what happened. And at the end of the story, you'll use 2 to 3 sentences to describe how was the problem solved, why did the character do what they did. Along with that, I would like for you to choose 5 vocabulary words from the book that you think are an integral or a very important part of the book in order to understand the story or the plot. Remember that these books are geared towards younger children, so it is certainly reasonable to choose words that are just very important to the story. Without those words, they would not, those words really are used to define the story. They don't have to be difficult vocabulary words. And then, of course, attach images of both books to the thread to show that you read them. Submit that by week 2 of Module 2 on Thursday, and don't forget your response post to your classmates by Sunday of week 2 of Module 2. All right, finally, we have our picture book terminology Flipgrid. You are going to use the picture book terminology reading that was in our course or in our module resources, picture book terminology right here. And you're going to pick, and I'll just open it up for us to see, you're going to pick 5 vocabulary words from this list that you would like to learn a little bit more about and describe using a book. I would like for you to choose 5 terminology words that you're not that familiar with, that you can learn from. Once you've chosen your 5 words, you are then going to find a book, an actual hard copy of a book, to take to the Flipgrid and show off each individual word. So on the Flipgrid, you will click here, Load Flipgrid, and it will take you to the page. You can see that I have already posted, and in this post I model exactly what I'm looking for. In the post, I would like for you to introduce yourself. I would like you to introduce the words, the 5 words that you will be defining, and then use a picture book or any type of book to model or show an example of each vocabulary word. I chose words that we were likely familiar with just because I didn't want to choose words that you might want to choose. So for example, I chose spine of the book, and I grabbed a book and I showed exactly what the spine is, where it is, and I defined it based on our picture book terminology resource. This should be fun. It should be less than 5 minutes. Make your post, have fun, learn new terminology, and enjoy the Flipgrid. This is our first of 3 Flipgrid assignments, and I hope that you will become comfortable with it if you are not already. The last thing is the last week of Module 2, you need to have that service learning or field experience initial paperwork submitted. This is going to all depend on what option you chose. If you're choosing option A or option B, you will want to make sure to submit all of the required paperwork. Make sure everything is signed. Make sure you have your chosen mentor, that you have been approved for the site, and follow the directions for submitting the paperwork. If you have been approved to complete option C, which is the virtual learning, that will mean that you have already reached out to me, you have told me who or what you will be doing to complete these hours, and you have been approved. So for option C, the only thing you need to submit is a text saying, I have selected option C and will confirm details with my instructor. Basically, if you've been approved by me, you are good to go. Okay, everybody, that wraps up Module 2. If you have any questions about anything, please feel free to email me through Canvas. I'm always available to you. Don't forget to respond to your peers on the reading commentaries. As one final reminder, these little response reminders here on Sunday, they don't have points attached to them. The points are already factored in up here, but they're just reminders for you to come back and respond to your peers. All right, I am looking forward to a fun week. Have fun getting to know picture books, and I will see you in the next module.